Hello there, and welcome to my second in my new series of movie reviews. So this time, this is something completely different from the previous one. This is an old film. This is, we try and get it on shot, Chinatown, the Roman Polanski classic from 1974. As you can see from the cover, it stars Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway. Jack Nicholson was already getting established, but this really elevated him to great heights. I think there were 11 Academy Award nominations for that film, and BAFTA nominations. I think there were a lot of awards won for that film. That's an old film now. In 1974. It was sort of quite a landmark film. It's basically a film noir, but sort of, I suppose you could call it neo-film noir. And it's obviously in colour. It's not in black and white, but the style of it is very much of those older black and white films. And it was written by Robert Towne, who went on to do quite a few successful films with Tom Cruise. I think he did the first two Mission Impossibles and a bunch of other ones that Cruise was starring in. So it was, as I said, directed by Roman Polanski, who is a very controversial figure in Hollywood and cinema generally, not so much because of his filmmaking, but because of his personal life. There's a couple of major events in his life that are very questionable, and I'm not going to go into that in this video. If you want to find out why he's a controversial person, I suggest you go look up the history of his life. And it won't take a lot of time. You don't have to do any digging to find the controversy around him. Anyway, he's produced some very notable films as well, such as Rosemary's Baby, and one of the more recent ones being the Pianist, which is quite an incredible film. So he's a very celebrated film director and writer. And this is often lauded as his greatest film, regarded by some as the greatest screenplay ever, or one of the greatest films of its era. And it is actually quite a classic. I don't want to tell you too much about the plot, but it revolves around sort of business in Hollywood Hills and sort of gangsterism, and there's of course a love story as well. Actually, Polanski has a small part in it, a cameo as a very nasty person. I won't tell you any more about it than that, but watch out for him. He's only in it for a very, very short time, but it's quite a notable scene. Yeah, there's a lot in this film. It's got quite a complex story. It's very slow by today's standards. You know, some people might find it a bit slow, but you know, back in that time, people did take their time in telling a story. It didn't have to all be flash bang action all of the time. There was time spent in character development and sort of trying to pull you into the story, and you know, so that you get engaged with the characters and you actually care about what happens to them. Most filmmaking today is not done in this style. There are a few people who would have that kind of approach, but they're very few in number. And there's a certain level of risk in making these type of films, in that it doesn't appeal to everybody. You know, there's people, they just want to be entertained. They want explosions. They want lots of sex, not actual real sex, but they want a lot of sort of sexual overtones and romance, and scantily clad people, cars racing about the place, a lot of violence, and like non-stop action. Making films that actually are a bit more thoughtful is a bit of a risk, and this certainly is a thoughtful film. And it really is quite an impressive movie, I think. And it's not easy to see it because it's not on that many platforms, if any. Actually, I haven't been able to find it on a single platform myself, so when I had the opportunity to buy it, it was a film I'd heard so much about but I'd never seen, so I just bought it without having seen it, because it is a bona fide classic, and I didn't think it would disappoint, and it certainly didn't. It's a film that you can watch several times over and enjoy it each time. So there you go. I think that's really enough. I don't want to say too much about the plot because I want to ruin the film for you. But the performances from the main characters and the supporting cast are actually fantastic. And the way the film is put together and directed, it really is a tour de force. It does build and build. The tension grows as the film continues and the pace accelerates. So yeah, I like that kind of film where things sort of unfold gradually and you're carried into the story slowly, and then as you get further into the sort of what you call the third act of the film, you're completely engrossed in the outcome, and you're really invested in what's going to happen with the film. It's a real journey. It's not just flash bang wallop. It really engrosses you, but in a subtle way. So anyway, I would definitely recommend checking this film out. It's cheap to buy on DVD, and I don't know if there's a Blu-ray version of it. But if you can't find it on any paid-for platforms, maybe you can buy it as a download or buy the DVD. Okay, that's it for now. I'll be coming with more films in the new year, in 2026, but I think that's it for this year. And check out my previous review if you like, and if you want to be notified about future film reviews, then please subscribe and hit the like button too, please, if you enjoyed it. It all helps me to get more views in the algorithm and all that. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.